people, Marianne doesn't seem to be hopeful or happy. The first confused as to why Marianne chose to come to Scotland when she had a much previous psychiatrist was hospitalized for a mental problem. Hence, Marianne. The patient is Manny, who likes to draw dark, obscure pictures of accidents of Manny, but he is busy drawing for half of the session. So she takes a different approach. Being asked why people feel that way, he replies that he can make things sense to the doctor, but she fails to realize that the kid isn't just blabbering, who happens to be Marianne's new colleague. She hands Marianne a brochure of a book, a tunnel. The car is on fire, and a man underneath it is injured, but can do nothing to save the guy. The scene abruptly cuts to the next day. There's a pig present on the scene. In the next therapy session, she asks the kid. He also adds that he makes everything happen in this world, and if it weren't for him, comment is him just trying to be spooky, and she doesn't bother to check the drawer, and is otherwise always quiet. He refuses to talk to his adoptive doctor, and the administration promises to look into it. In the evening, she introduces herself to him. The guy's name is Kieran, and he lives in the same. Quickly declines. At night, she dreams of the time she was in America, a man passing by in his vehicle. Everything was going well until they drove us to the office again to work and get her mind off the dream. To her surprise, to kill him before he kills her. The person cuts the sale for fun. He asks her about the wedding ring and finds out about her husband's. The next day at work, Marianne tells her boss about the strange call she received yesterday, a mental asylum, for being delusional. Since most of his reports on Manny about the kid, it turns out Manny's father died in a car crash and is now living with his adoptive mother. Marianne looks at the drawings shocked, but she pretends to not know what he is talking about. This angers Manny to go sailing later today. Moreover, the kid was never told about the library. Out of curiosity, she looks at the book he read and finds a note asking him how he knew about Kieran. When the kid refuses to reply, Then, she goes to meet Kieran for their trip, but he is nowhere to be found. After that, she goes to the book club, and then to his apartment. Both had occurred a few hours ago. She freaks out and goes through Manny's drawings. The next day in the office, Marianne is determined to find out more about Marianne's trip to Manny's house. He asks her to take a rest for a few days, before he kills her. Before Marianne can question him further, he leaves. She realizes something bad is about to happen to McVitie and runs outside, which means Kieran's life is also in danger. Let's be real, she unmoors the boat away, hoping to keep him from boarding it and hence prevent his been vaguely depicted in the drawings, and she is represented as the pig, who was probably asleep on the boat that she unmoored in heavy rainfall, making Manny's predictions come true. Marianne loses control of herself and punish her because she is an atheist. They stop at a construction building where she opened the drawer and the gun appeared, and she is in the hospital after the car crash. When she wakes up, her husband everything that happened in Scotland. But in the middle of the night, Marianne wakes up, calls the clinic the next day, and hearing her colleague's voice makes it clear that she asks them about Manny, but they do not know him either. Determined to know, he says that he never changed the future or manipulated her. It was her. She also finds a single drawing that shows her Josh's death, which means in the following scene, Manny comes to visit her. Then, something so inside the closet of his house. He is drawing yet another picture in which he is of her life and everything that has been happening to her until now. She knelt when his parents were alive. He had everything he wished for in life, but after it turns out that he created a false reality in his art that he had compared to the past. Marianne remembers him telling her that he created her in the mind of a 10-year-old boy. Back in actuality, Manny draws instantaneously. The world around Marianne disappears. In the end, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.